so, although it's very nice that Darwin did come along and actually answer the question, even before Darwin came along, we didn't actually, so to speak, need him in order to reject the idea of a supernatural designer.
We physicists are somewhat in that position because we hope for a set of very simple laws of nature that will account for everything we see. But when we have them, there will always be a question, well, why those laws?
Exactly.
And many people say, in fact, a Jesuit has argued to me that that's where God comes in, that God ordained the laws and he is the ultimate explanation. And of course the response to that is, well, you know, what have you really helped at all with that? What explains God? What explains why God is the way God is? If you have some specific understanding of that three-letter word, G-O-D, then you have the mystery. Why is God that way rather than some other way? And if you don't have any specific understanding of what you mean by, I hear the thunder, I hope he's not getting annoyed with it. If you don't have any specific understanding of what you mean by G-O-D, then what are you talking about?
Yes, quite.
Then it's just an empty word.
I suppose a biologist will put an additional spin on that, which is not just why is God this way rather than that way, but in order to do what he's supposed to be doing, which is, say, ordaining the laws of physics, to say nothing of forgiving our sins and listening to our prayers and things, he would have to be a complex entity, which is exactly the kind of entity that we are setting out to explain, and which Darwin, in fact, does explain. And so, in a way, the Darwinian theory raises our consciousness to the fact that any God worthy of the name would have to be much more complicated than an eye or a brain or a heart, and therefore particularly, I love this is really great, particularly demanding of just the kind of explanation which he purports to provide.
Yes, once in, just to change the subject for a moment, once in a debate about this sort of thing, someone in the audience said, your view of that there isn't any God is not falsifiable. And I said, yes, it is falsifiable. A bolt of lightning could come down and strike me dead, and then my view would be falsified. And I suppose listening to the thunder reminds me of that. But going back to what we were saying,